Hello guys, welcome again to my channel. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing great. So uh, if this is the first time coming to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like this video at the end of the video, but make sure you subscribe. For those of you who are those of you that are coming back to watch my video, those of you that have subscribed, keep on subscribing. Don't unsubscribe, keep on subscribing. So as you can see, I'm at the farm today, and I have something to say on this video. Actually, that is like the topic of this video, which is like, these are like what you shouldn't like. These are like things you should do before you start your own pig farm. Like if you don't do these things will come back to haunt you, because they are like mistakes that I've seen most people that want to start their farms make. These are like the mistakes I've seen them make. So I'm like, this video is like for you to know what not to do and what to do before you start your own pig farm, so that you not be among those who make those mistakes. So I'm assuming that you have subscribed, so keep on subscribing. And so what are those things that you have to do before you start your own pig farm? Basically, the title of this video is don't start a pig farm if you've not watched this video. Yes, because this is like a rundown of things you have to put in place, things you have to do before you start your own pig farm, so that you not end up making mistakes or you don't end up in losses. Because at the end of the day, you need to get advice from those who have been into the venture before you. So the first thing you have to make sure that you do. In fact, the first thing you have to do when you want to start the pig farm, want to start a pig farm, is get the right knowledge. Get the right knowledge. Like, I can't even stress this thing anymore. You have to get the right knowledge for you to be able to succeed at anything. Even if it's farming, even if it's business, even if it's career-wise, anything, everything, you have to make sure you get the right knowledge. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is like the ultimate of it all. So you have to make sure you get the right knowledge, because it's very, very important. Get the right knowledge, or else you're on your way to failure. That's like an easy flight, one-way ticket to massive failure. So you have to make sure you get the right knowledge when it comes to pig farming. Now, the next thing after you've gotten the right knowledge, which I assume you get from me, the next thing you have to do is get get good pigs from a good farm. So this is like if you assume you are just buying, assume you just want to buy pigs to slaughter, that's a different case. But this is like pigs that you want to use to breed, pigs that you want to use to start your own pig farm. So it doesn't make sense for you to go and get sick pigs. It doesn't make sense for you to go and get pigs that are not in good health condition, and you want to start your own farm with it. You're just planning on you're just planning your own failure. That's just the simple truth of the matter. Because why would you start your own pig farm with sick pigs, with pigs that won't give you the right piglets that will help you to grow your farm and multiply your animals? So why start with the wrong breed of pigs when you can get the right pigs, when you can get the good breeds of pigs from a reputable farm? So make sure you get good pigs from a reputable farm and start your own pig farm. Now the next thing is you have to get your pen construction right. Let me not lie to you all. I made this exact same mistake. This mistake I made it because when I was constructing this pig farm, I was like, I wasn't present. So the guy that was constructing it, did what he knows how to do best. And what he knows how to do best is not the right thing. So after constructing the pens and the rest, I started the pig farm. Okay, for example, now when I was starting the pig farm, I didn't know that pigs required their pens required rough surface. So the guy plastered it. It was smooth. It was slippery. So when the pigs were when they were brought in, I discovered that they were falling so much on the floor. So I had to break all the floor again, which was like I had to buy cement, and you all know how much cement costs. I had to buy everything, and replaster the whole floor. So that was expensive. So assuming that I knew this kind of things before, I wouldn't have made that kind of mistake, and I wouldn't have ended up wasting money to repair those things again, because that was expensive. Now the next thing is you have to learn about proper medication and proper feeding before stocking up your farm. So most times out of excitement, because when you want to start your own farm, it's very, very easy to be excited. It's very, very easy to be like, the joy will just be making your head to be swelling, and you not be thinking right. And you won't learn the proper thing, which is medication and feeding. Because at the end of the day, these are like the two main things that will make or mar your farm. The medication techniques, and your feeding techniques. This is what will make you to have a successful farm, or you have a failure as a farm. So make sure you learn the proper techniques of medication and feeding. By the way, I have an ebook that contains like the proper medication for your pigs and the proper feed formulation for your pigs. So if you want to be able to make sure that your farm becomes successful, or you make you achieve your goals, the goals you have set for yourself when it comes to your farm. That means basically you want your farm to be successful. Try as much as possible to get the proper feeding techniques, get the proper medications for your pigs. And that is why I've told you all that you have to get my ebook, because all these things are contained in my ebooks on the ebook, which is the medication and the feeding formula for your pigs, both for the small pigs, for the big pigs, and for the growers. So make sure you get that ebook. It's very, very important. Now the next thing you have to do is after you have gotten your medication and feeding techniques right, you have to understand one thing. That's like a different thing altogether. You have to also understand that this pig farming of 18 is not like a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme. So it's not like you're going to be rich tomorrow. No, it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes patience. And this pig farming is not for everybody. That's like the truth of it all. It's not for everybody, because pig farming, I've seen it. I've been in this farming of 18 now for like some years. I've seen it firsthand. And you all know that on my videos, I actually tell you how it is. I won't come and sweet tongue everything. No. One thing about pig farming is not for everybody. That's just simple truth. And if you're not always present in your farm, you're going to have some issues. You're going to have a lot of issues if you're not always present in your farm. As far as the person that used their own money to build that farm, if you're not present there, you're going to have a lot of problems. Okay, there was a time, let me tell you to put this thing down. There was a time because I'm also a student. I'm not always around. So there was a time I usually don't come to the farm for like a week, 2 weeks. I won't come. When I come to the farm, I'll be hearing that like 6 pigs are dead, 10 pigs are dead. I'll be like, what is happening? So, but I now decided that since these things are always happening when I'm not around, let me come to the farm consistently and see what will happen. So the more I came, the more I was able to sort out. Like now, if I come to the farm, I'll be like, this pig is sick, I'll give it injection. This one is not feeling well, I'll give it injection. This one is not eating very well, I'll give it injection. These small things are the things that will prevent your pig from dying. So, and the people that you keep in your farm might not care so much about it, because it's not their money. That's the simple truth of the matter. Nobody their money, so they won't care so much about it. So, but assuming you're the one that comes to the farm regularly, you'll be preventing all these mortalities in your farm. These things are so easy to prevent. So that's why I always say that you have to be present at your farm most times. Don't just open your farm and leave it. Now, I also have people who are always like, let me open the farm, hand it over to someone that I trust. No matter how much you trust that person, it can never be his business. And the fact that it's not his business will make it easy for him not to even care so much about it. That's the simple truth of the matter. As far as it's not his business, he won't care so much. Like how you care for it. Some people just open farms, hand it over to people and expect it to grow. How will it grow, my brother? How will it grow, my sister? It can't grow. So you have to always be present at your farm. That's the simple truth of the matter. Always be present at your farm. And this farming, it takes time, dedication, and effort. And you have to be patient. Patient is key. You have to be patient. Now, the next thing on my list is you have to consult people who have more experience than you. There's nobody that is an island. No man is an island. And one thing I always love about this, I love about life as a whole, is that you always have people who have done things more than you, like before you. Like, I assume now I was like the first human being to do pig farming. It will be tough, to be honest with you, it will be tough, because I'll be the first guy to experience everything concerning pig farming. I'll be the first guy to experience all the hardship all the difficulties, all the challenges. I'll be the first guy to experience it. But the fact that people have done it more as centuries before me, and people that have still done it like more than me, like have spent more time doing than me, that means it is easier for me to just go to them, ask them questions. You know, it's not everybody will tell you everything you have to know. You also have to meet the right people, and those people which I consider the right people will tell you what you have to know. You know, will enlighten you more. Sometimes when I started this family, that sometimes I will have challenges. I'll call this one guy, I'll call the other guy. I have so many guys that I used to call, so that I can get from them different perspectives. I'll get it, combine it with my own, and you know, do what I have to do. These people are making noise. So I'll just be calling them and, you know, combining all the things they're telling me and get everything right, because at the end of the day, this is a business that you have to be consulting people, consulting this one, consulting that one, so as to get the things, so as to get every necessary thing right. Now, the next thing you have to make sure you do and you are doing when you start your farm or before you start your farm is learn about biosecurity. Biosecurity are the measures put in place to control disease in your farm. We all know about pig farming. We have heard about diseases when it comes to pig farming. We have all heard about ASF, that's the African swine virus, and how deadly it is when it comes to your farm. So, and these are like our millions of naira. These are our lifetime investments. Some of us, these are our life savings. So why don't you protect it? So, and the only way you can protect it is by learning about biosecurity and implementing it all. Learn about biosecurity and implement it all. Learn it all. I know I'm saying it now. Learn about biosecurity and implement it all. So that is it on biosecurity. Now the next thing you have to do, which you must also do, is learn about farm record keeping. Record keeping is like documenting like the number of pigs you have in your farm at every single point in time. You can decide to be doing weekly record keeping, can decide to be doing monthly record keeping. But what I've seen that works best is the weekly record keeping, because that gives you the opportunity to always know the number of pigs you have at your farm every week. For me, I do like the weekly record keeping every weekend. I document all the pigs in my farm and know whether the farm is growing or whether the farm is not growing. So that offers me the opportunity to know whether my farm is growing or whether it's not growing, and that will also tell you what to do next. Now the next thing you have to do when you have learned about record keeping is assess the pork markets in your area, in your environment. One thing I always say is that there's market for every agricultural product, to be honest with you, because people always ask me if there's market for pig. There's market for everything eatable. There's market for everything eatable. If there's market for dog meat, that means why wouldn't there be market for pig? There's market for pig, but you just have to assess the market in your area. You can't be in kind of state and you're expecting to have the same market to somebody in Benue. You can't be in Castena and expect to have the same markets with somebody in Calabar, because these are two different areas. Christian-dominated areas and Muslim-dominated areas. Once you have to understand that Muslims don't consume pork. Most Muslims, because I know some Muslims who eat pork. So most Muslims don't eat pork. So if you go to a Muslim-dominated area and say you want to start your own pig farm, it might not work out that much, because these are people that don't eat pork. So why are you going to give them pork when you don't know that they won't eat it? So just respect yourself and always assess the markets in your area before you start a business. So what I'm saying in essence is assess the pork markets in your area before you start your farm in that area. So that's it on assessing the market in your area. So the next thing you have to do is before you start your own pig farm is get my ebook. My ebook is for beginners, for those who have already started their own pig farms but have challenges. The ebook I'm talking about covers feeding, which is like the most important thing when it comes to pig farming. Feeding, medication. It covers how to detect when your pigs are on heat. It covers hygiene measures. It covers biosecurity. It covers how to construct your pig pens, because pigs require spaces. For example, now in a 10 by 10 feet pig pen, you cannot put like more than 10 pigs there, because each pig has a required space size for itself. And if you jump pack all the pigs in one pen, one thing you discover that there will be too much fighting, and those pigs will not grow well because they will be stressed up, because when they are always fighting and competing for food and water, there won't be room for much growth in their body. So that's why I always advise people, get my ebook. My ebook is very cheap. That is very cheap. So all you have to do is call me, WhatsApp me on the number on the description of this video, and I'll always be available to help you. And I also consult. If you want to start your own pig farm and you want me to come over and help you construct the pig farm, I'm always available. I'll come over wherever you are. If you like being Ghana, I'm coming to Ghana. So make sure you always reach out to me, and I will always be available to help you start your own pig farm, and help you grow as well. So, and guys, I don't know if you guys can remember, some few days ago I did a video in this pen, and this particular pig was pregnant by then, but now it has given birth. Let me show you guys. It gave birth to 13 piglets. Okay, it gave birth to 15, but 2 has died. So these are the piglets, the new piglets. So make sure you get my ebook, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and make sure you like this video at the end of the. Okay, in fact, it has already ended. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, and make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. That's the most important thing, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching, and God bless you all. God bless you all, man. God bless you all, guys.